Hey guys, today I'm going to be going through your math warm-up for Friday. And today our problem is going to involve estimating, which when you're estimating, that means you're making a really good close guess for an answer. You're not giving the exact answer. And that's going to involve some rounding skills, which we've practiced earlier this week when we were rounding decimal numbers. So today, our math warm-up, the problem we're given says that a town has 26,358 children living there. And it said that half of the children are boys. So I wrote half in word form and in its standard form, 1/2, 1/2. It says there are about how many boys? And we have three answer options: 12,800, 13,000, and 13,300. Now you'll notice that our problem says there are about how many boys. When you have a word problem and you see the word about, that means you're not giving the exact answer. We're not going to find exactly half of 26,358. Instead, we're going to estimate about what is 1/2 of that number. And to do that, we have to use our rounding skills. So when I see 26,358, I am going to round to the nearest thousand. And sorry if there's a little bit of glare from the light on my whiteboard. And so if you think back to our rounding that we did earlier in the week, if I'm rounding to my nearest thousands place and I look next door, I have a 3 in my hundreds place. That's that 0 through 4. This digit's going to stay the same. Everything to the left stays the same. And then everything to the right becomes a 0. So if there's 26,358 kids in a town, that is about 26,000. It's really close to 26,000. And this number is a lot easier for me to work with in my head, just doing mental math, than 26,358. Okay? Now, the second step is we have to figure out, well, if half of the kids are boys, and about 26,000 kids live in the town, well, what is half of that number? So when you are finding half of a number, half means you're dividing by 2. If you split something in half, you're dividing it into 2 equal pieces. Now, it might be kind of hard to find half of 26,000, but what's kind of nice, actually what's really nice, is this is a number that ends with zeros. And that's going to make this way easier for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm totally going to ignore those last 3 0 digits. And instead I'm going to look at 26. And I'm going to think about, well, if I split 26 into 2 parts, 2 equal parts, what would be half of 26? I know that half of 2 is 1, because if I had 2 fingers up, split it in half, I would have 1 remaining. And I know that half of 6, if I were to hold up 6 fingers and I take just half of it, that would be 3. So half of 26 is 13. And then I'm going to go back and add my zeros onto my number again. I'm going to put them back. So half of 26,000 would be 13,000. So if I'm thinking about the problem where we had 26,358 children and half of them are boys, well, 26,358 is about 26,000 because I used my rounding. Half of 26,000 is 13,000. So So what should be your answer choice for about how many boys are living in the town? So just to remind you, whenever you have a word problem and you see the word about for your answer, there are about how many boys in the town. Again, you're not giving the exact answer. You're having to use your rounding and estimating skills to give a really close answer. So we use that estimating skill and that rounding skills when we're doing more mental math. Say we didn't have our paper and pencil in front of us to find the exact answer. If you have any questions about this problem, please feel free to email me or leave a comment on your work. I would love to be able to help or do some more example problems where you have to use estimating and rounding. Bye, guys.